Yins, guys. Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is May 28th, and Jake's on the show with me today. Bucks pull off a huge comeback win, which is not what I had written in my notes, Jake.
No way. That was incredible, man.
It says on my notes, we're recording this while the game's going on. Hopefully we turn this off and the Pirates come back and win. That's what I was planning on saying a half or probably now 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Let's wait until they finish hitting. And they finished hitting 7 runs later.
Yeah, that was great. Something we just haven't got to see this year, and that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was Colin from Post Gazette put up that they were 0-29 when trailing after 7 innings this year. That's the kind of year it's been.
Mm-hmm.
Good to get this one. Good to jump out there. This bullpen has been like this a little bit this year. And so get Burns out of the game.
Yeah.
And then go after what you can go after. And they did that. And that's something they haven't been able to do this year.
Yeah. They wore Burns down. They got him out. I mean, he did go, 7 and gave up 2 runs, but we finally
did he make it 7? Yeah, he did. Yeah. So can we go into the 2 runs there? Bart gets hurt in this game. Hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Henry Davis comes in, hits a 2-run bomb.
Yeah. A huge 2-run bomb.
Kind of got things started.
30-something feet, 109? Yeah. 109
close,
off
if
the
not,
bat.
yeah.
So, good things, man.
Good things. He ended up hitting a double later on that also would have been a home run at PNC and 15 or 14 other parks.
Mm-hmm.
So great game for him. Not as good as Brian Reynolds.
No.
4 for 4 with the game tied at 6. Hits the 3-run homer to go 4 for 4. Dare we say breakout game or hold the breath a little bit? Let's wait and see how it goes.
I mean, I'm gonna say okay with the breakout game because he's been hitting better lately. He just hasn't been Brian Reynolds yet. But he's been pretty. I've seen him swinging the bat a little bit better in last week.
Well, last week maybe I'm trying to think because there was like a little run that was like maybe it's starting to happen and then it got worse again. But then yeah, I mean, there's been moments, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. You've seen flashes of it here and there now. So now we have the breakout game. I'm saying let's go. I'm ready for June Reynolds.
A little bit warmer in Arizona. Maybe he thinks it's June right now, and then maybe they change the clocks. I mean, if I was the Pirates, I'd just make sure I set his watch to June. Just
all year.
Make his phone look like it's June. Why does it say it's June 57th?
That doesn't mean what he thinks it means.
It's good to smile after a Bucko win, especially when it looked like it wasn't going to happen. Mike Burrows started this game, gave up 5 runs. What'd you see from Burrows last night?
Just a little all over the place. I didn't think he had his best command. Letting the change up, which is one of his bread and butter pitches, just letting it get away from him a bit. Left a fastball right down middle to Corbin Carroll on the 3rd pitch of the game, and he just obliterated it.
Does Corbin Carroll things?
Right. It's his like 15th, 16th home run on the year, something like that. So, I mean, I just felt like Burrows was never comfortable in this game. He did have a couple good innings after that, but they still didn't didn't seem super comfortable. But I don't know. He's still new, man. He's still the second start.
Right. And this is a good offense too. So when you're not sharp, offenses like this are going to go down and get you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep going, Burrows. The team bailed you out today. That's something the offense has not been able to do for the starting pitchers. Really hasn't had to very much, but also hasn't been able to do it that much. He loads the bases in the 5th inning, though. And the Pirates get Joey Wentz. And I've been talking about this now for a long time. If you're on the Twitter sphere, I've been tweeting about it and everything. The inherited runners, Joey Wentz has inherited more runners than any other Pirates pitcher. Like, they're putting him in this situation. And that went 3 more last night. 17 inherited runners now. Jake, this to me is one of the, and I'll say one of the only because you have to be in this role, but that's one of the most important stats for a relief pitcher. I don't care about your ERA. What I care about, to a certain extent, right? Obviously, you have to prevent runs when, but if you're the guy coming in with runners on, the most important thing is how many of the last guy's runners. Like, you don't get tagged on your ERA for that. And for a while, Wentz had a really low ERA, but every time he came in, runs were scoring because they were already on base. And he doesn't get tagged with that. Now, today, he gave up 1 run that was his, 3 runs that were Burrow's, and now he's allowed 14 of 17 inherited runners to score. Something has to change. He went out and pitched 3 more innings in this game.
Was it 3?
It was 3 more innings. And those 3 innings, he gives up nothing. So you got a long man in Joey Wentz right now. He just can't come in the middle of an inning for me.
Yeah, and I've been saying that for a long time, previous years and everything. Like, my bullpen, I'm going to bring somebody in to get me out of that the starter's inning and then go to my long man.
Right. And
give your long man a clean inning.
Right. We've been talking about that, like you said, for a while. And we saw Dowry Moretta was good at this. Mm-hmm. He would come in and he was electric and whatever, but he had a knack of saying, like, it's kind of like a weird, he was good enough to be a 7th inning guy, but he was way more valuable as the guy that gets my guy out of the jam. Mm-hmm. And then his day's done. Now let's get a long man in to give us a couple innings to get it to Santana and Bednar and whoever else. At the time, probably Holderman was going good, and Chapman and Majinski, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we had guys that were going good at different times, but and
that goes for whatever inning that may be.
Whatever
if it's the 4th inning, it's the 4th inning. If it's the 7th inning, it's the 7th inning.
Right.
He's just not my 8th or 9th inning guy, right? But
even then, could he be? Because you might run into the same thing with some of your back end guys. Like, if he's the guy that gets your starter out of jams and he's given up 14 of 17 inherited runners, we got to get him in a different role. That's not Joey Wentz's role. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
we
I think
try someone else.
We got to get somebody else in that role. And when let me see if I can pull this up, because it says 14 right now when I'm looking at it, but Baraki, 13 inherited runners. He was 1 behind him before tonight. And Baraki's let 4 of them score. That's 31%. Wentz, going into last night's game, 79%. That just went up.
Yeah.
13 inherited runners for Holderman. Colin Holderman. Jake, we understand how his season has gone. 13 inherited runners, 5 of them have scored. Which, that's not bad. 38%. Right. It's not bad. Chase Sugar, 11 inherited runners and none of them have scored. Maybe that's the guy you go to.
Yeah.
He's showing right there that's a lot of times Sugar's damage has come when he gets out of a jam and then they send him back out for another one. You and I have been hard on this. When you come into a jam, adrenaline is high. Once you go into that dugout, you're done. Mm-hmm. And Sugar's a guy that can go 2 innings for sure, but not in that situation. I like to see the high tense situation. Get out of that. Take a seat.
Yeah, I mean, that's way more valuable than being able to go 2 innings. Personally.
Caleb Ferguson, 9 inherited runners and none of them have scored. He's been more in the back end, so I'm not making a case that he gets into that role. but Chase Sugar might be your guy. Isaac Madsen, in his short stint, inherited 3. None of them scored. So,
yeah, we just got to get Wentz out of that.
You got to get Wentz out of it. He can't be in that role.
No.
All right. What else we got here? I mean, because we talked Burrows, we talked a little bit of the bullpen stuff at the end. Do you want to go Bednar? Because that was about as locked in as we've seen him.
Yeah, that was a really good outing.
You and I were sitting here trying to call the pitches and missed a few, right?
Yeah.
But I think there was one of them that we missed, but we thought we were right. He should have went to that. But no, I mean, he was locked in. You can tell the splitter, which we thought for a while was kind of missing completely from his game. You called that out several times. It's certainly not missing now. And I wonder if we go back, it seems like the splitter is going to be heavy to lefties and not so much to righties.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looked like everywhere he was trying to throw the ball tonight, he put it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
the one curveball.
The one curveball that floated in a little bit.
Yep. That he kind of yanked.
But the one that he got the out on that we were still like, probably would have went splitter there.
Right.
It was still a very well executed pitch.
Yeah. It was away enough.
He got the hitter to do exactly what he wanted to do, which is to reach out and poke it with no harm done. Just a lazy fly ball.
Yeah. We, like I said, 45 minutes ago, now 50 minutes ago, 55, whatever, we were about to come on and talk about these things and not the game at all. And then the game happened. This was an exciting one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for a lot of Pirates fans, they didn't watch it because it was on so late. But here we are.
It's been a long time since I'm watching a Pirates game and actually almost stood up screaming. Like when Reynolds hit that home run, dude, I was pumped.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't look this up. Oh, I guess we only had 2 home runs. I was thinking we had 3. I was going to say, when's the last time we had 3 home runs in a game? It's good to see. Obviously, the Diamondbacks are going to score a lot of runs. You assume the Pirates aren't. I said on yesterday's show that maybe the Pirates can steal one because you kind of felt like that's what it was going to have to be. The recipe was always try to get Burns out after 6. Now he went 7 and they were still able to do this. I did not have hope. Just it was gone. And I think most everybody can understand that, but you still got Burns out of the way and you attack this bullpen and now, force them to use 3 guys for just 3 innings. Yeah. No, 2 innings. He went 7. So just 2 innings, you force them to use 3 guys and those guys threw a lot of pitches. Graveman walked 2 guys, At one point, 20 pitches, 7 strikes. What did he end up with? 23 pitches, 9 strikes. He was all over the place.
Yeah.
Beeks threw 16 and gave up runs, and Ginkel threw 23 and gave up 5 runs when it was all said and done.
Some inherited runners there.
But he got 1 out. I mean, this bullpen, he has a 12.60 ERA. Now we saw what's his name? Justin Martinez. The 100-mile-an-hour gas at the end of the game yesterday. Like, he's good. They've got some good guys back there, but this has been an issue for them, and the Pirates went after it. Tomorrow, you've got Skeens going up against Zach Gallen, and Zach Gallen has not been great this year. Over 5 ERA, a little bit of struggle. Jake, you have an opportunity to come in here, and I understand the Diamondbacks aren't clicking on all cylinders the way that they wish they were, but they're still a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
They got to 500. You've now pushed them away. You could push them another game away and take a series when this team is down. Not that they haven't been scoring runs, but this has been part of their story this season.
Yeah.
You just didn't think the Pirates were going to come in and take advantage of that. You thought They score a lot of runs. We don't. This is a recipe for them to take a series, maybe a sweep.
Yeah. Get themselves back on track, per se.
Right. Kind of funny that Joey Wentz gets the win in this one, though, isn't it? There is a way, though, that if they feel like he wasn't good, that he doesn't earn it. But the 3 scoreless innings after the inning that was bad, I'm okay with him earning the win there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I right before we got on here to do this, I was telling you about a weird scoring thing. It was a very similar situation and they passed the win to somebody else.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they absolutely can do that. It seems like if a guy comes in and gives up 5 runs and then you come back and win it, a lot of times they give it to the next guy.
Yeah. Like they could give it to Santana.
Right. But I think the 3 scoreless innings after that,
yeah.
And when it's all said and done, the inherited runners is still a problem. We're not going to give him a pass for that. But he goes 3 2/3 and only gives up a run. He doesn't walk anybody. 3 hits, 4 strikeouts.
Yeah. On paper, you're not taking that away from him.
Right. We know the inherited runner stat is there, but like I said, the 3 innings were after.
Yeah.
The runner, all those runs scored. So I'm okay with it. Santana and Bednar looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Bednar's ERA now below 5, which is sounds like not a great pitcher, but he's really been good. He gave up the home run last week, and it's been fine other than that. He's good again.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to give up a home run every once in a while. Big deal.
Let me ask you this. You trade him at the deadline or you trade him in the offseason?
It's a tough call.
You're trading him though, aren't you?
Probably.
If he's still running like this at the deadline and you realize how fast it could go away, you kind of are motivated to make a move.
Yeah.
If he's valuable and people believe in it, another team believes in it, you've got another year of control, which means he does get you a fair return.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It'd be awful tempting. It'd be awful tempting to make that move. I know the reports out there are that Nutting stepped in and wouldn't let it happen before, but I'm not sure. I guess here's the question. Do you want Ben making that trade or the next GM?
It's tough. I mean, if you're waiting to the off season, you hope that he just keeps going good, which I think he will.
Yeah, there's enough track record there that I think you do. I mean, you still can get something there, but if you do it while he's locked in season, you get a team who's a little more desperate to push. Maybe it's this Arizona team. I don't know that they're going to find their way all the way back the way that they've been playing. They're right around 500 right now, and their division is tough, and the East is tough. And so, you got the Mets and the Phillies at the top. The Dodgers and the Padres are going to be up there. There's not a lot of places to go. You're going to have to fight and get past some teams, the Giants, and you're kind of right there with the Braves right now. But who's going to break out? The Diamondbacks, the Braves. They could be a team that could say like, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna push to do this."
Yeah,
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Big win for the Pirates heading into Skeens Day. They have a chance to take a series. It's a big deal on the road. You wanted to at least get one of these. Now you have a shot to get 2. A lot of times you say save some runs for tomorrow, Jake, but they couldn't do that. They had to score them all.
Listen, I'll take every run I can get right now. I ain't saving nothing.
I ain't saving nothing. There was one other thing I wanted to say.
They needed all those runs tonight.
That's what I'm saying. They needed them all. It was tied up when Reynolds hit the homer. You'd rather him hit the homer than a base hit.
Yeah.
Henry Davis, we don't know what's going on with Bart. Right? We don't know if he's going to be hurt for a while or if this is thing. But I think no matter what, I think you play Henry Davis more.
Yeah. I mean, we know he's going to start tomorrow. Skeens is pitching.
We know he's starting tomorrow because of Skeens. He also came into this game late. If Bart was hurt in any way, he's still going to get a couple days. You have built-in day off Thursday, so a couple of days off. It makes perfect sense. But I think you go into Friday, and if it's me, I just want to get Henry Davis a little run here. I think you need to find some more pitchers for him to catch. Yeah. Maybe Mitch Keller needs to be pitching to him too. Yeah. Joey Bart was hitting fine, but like the slug wasn't there. And now nothing's there.
Yeah.
Now, again, he could be hurt. And this is kind of a thing for Bart. He's had time on the injured list just about every year. He's a catcher. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so you knew that some of this would take care of itself. If he does have to go to the IL, I don't know if Endy's ready to pop back in quite yet, but if he is, you've got your answer on what to do with him. Yeah. And if that's the case, I think that you're easing Henry back or Endy back in. You're giving Henry a bulk of the games.
Yeah, and I'm here for it.
I think you need to get him going. There's a lot. I understand there's a lot of you out there who just don't believe it's going to happen, but he hasn't had that yet. Give him a run. I think it's time.
I agree.
All right, let's get a win tomorrow, Jake.
Let's go.
Thanks again for listening. Thanks, Jake, for being on here tonight. It was a lot of fun. We got to watch a game together and everything. It's always good.
Absolutely, man.
So, what is tomorrow? Today is Wednesday. It's midway. I've been trying to say something at the end of every show. I don't have anything for today. Have a great day. Enjoy Skeens Day. Get off work a little bit early to watch a game, maybe. Or just pull it up on your phone and don't pay attention to work. Let's go, Bucks.
Let's go, Bucks.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucks.